everybody, and welcome back to Chat and Chill News. Yeah. Hey, today I'm supporting Manchester United. You know, funny fact, I've never actually worn this shirt, so I actually worn it, so it's brand new. Anyway, let's get into the story this week. And we're going to start with Brexit is back. Now, leaked government Brexit analysis says the UK will be worse off in every scenario. Now, if you didn't know, the UK, or should I say England, did vote to leave the EU, which is what's called Brexit. And yeah, that's basically the situation. They're basically, predicting that we're going to be worse off. Now, assessment titled EU exit analysis cross-Whitehall briefing and dated Jan 2018, looked at three of the most plausible Brexit scenarios based on existing EU arrangements. Now what that means is basically we are going into, we're going to be an independent country, the England, the UK, whatever you want to call it. People call it England, UK anyways. I don't know why, but that's just something that happens. But yeah, so we're going to be putting deals in place and stuff like that. And, in terms of all the deals that do come up, everybody's predicting that we're going to be worse off if we just stayed in the EU, probably better off with the trading and all of that kind of stuff, if you don't understand what's going on. Now, free trade agreement with the EU-UK growth will be 5% lower of the next 15 years compared to the current forecast. Meaning if we stayed in the EU, we would have a better growth rate. So no deal scenario which would see the UK revert to World Trade Organization, WTO, rules will reduce growth by 8% over the next period. European Economic Area still would be 2% lower growth as well. Now, in terms of Brexit and the deals and the trading, all of that is literally coming up with a place where... So the problem is right now is the UK as a whole is sort of connected. So, UK, Scotland, England, Wales, Northern Ireland, all that great stuff is connected. Now what's happening is England is like, we don't want to be EU, but we're still UK, I assume. But now we have to come up with our own deal. Like Scotland, for example, can just be like, B, you might need to pay us, dog. You know what I'm saying? So it's interesting scenario. I would also advise everybody to understand the economic situation in the UK, because we're talking trading here. The economic lifestyle in this country will take an effect as well. So definitely something for you guys to read up on if you don't understand a lot of the Brexit situations. Maybe I should do one episode that's just based on Brexit and the understanding behind every single thing that could potentially go wrong or be a positive. There's always positive where there's a negative. Now, with the next story, women at the BBC have told MPs they face vile threats while trying to raise the subject of equal pay. Now, I know a lot of men don't want to lose the money they're earning, like my dry legs, but I think you can't threaten a female for trying to get equal pay. I mean, equal rights, equal pay. If you remember, I reported a story the other day that 6 BBC presenters did agree to take a pay cut. Now, a lot of people have stated that maybe they shouldn't take a pay cut. Maybe BBC should just raise a female's paycheck, which is what I totally agreed with. I didn't actually say that at first, but when I thought about it, that makes more sense. Rather than making them lose money, why don't you just give the woman more money? You know what I'm saying? Now, over 150 females have put forward a written evidence to the Digital Culture, Media and Sports Committee ahead of a hearing on Wednesday. Now, there's going to be a hearing on Wednesday to discuss whether, there is an issue how a woman and a man is paid at BBC in terms of the presenter's role. Now, auditors auditor PwC have separately reviewed the pay and diversity of presenters at the BBC. Now, what's been proposed at the moment is a cap of £320,000 a year, meaning no one can earn more than that, whether you're a male or female. Now, when I hear that, to me, it still says a man could get 320,000 and the most top woman can get paid 100,000 if they put a cap. You never know, but it's interesting, this debacle, because I'm surprised that the BBC is trying to pay less to the men to satisfy the woman rather than just up their wages. Just up their wages, bruh. BBC, Just up the goddamn wages, bro. It's not that serious. Anyway, a criminal gang have smuggled tens of millions of prescription-only drugs out of the UK's protected supply chains. Now, we all know there's a lot of dealers out there. If you are someone that intakes marijuana in this country, you're probably going to a dealer. If you're somebody that intakes a lot more higher drugs, then you're going to a dealer. I don't really do nada, but people do these things. It's just life. But be careful. Don't buy prescription drugs, kids. They tricked or bribed pharmacists and drug wholesalers to access almost 160 million tablets with a street value of up to 200 million in a 3-year period. Are you taking the mick, bro? These dogs are about to be 200 milli up because they were able to trick a couple pharmacists and, wholesalers. How the hell did they do that? That's crazy. So again, be careful. Don't be buying no prescription-only drugs, bro. It's not cool. We've all seen what's going on with the whole Xanax situation, drinking lean. Rappers are coming out and talking about that and, not being good. Now, these are highly addictive drugs if you over-consume it. Now, again, I'm going to write all of these names in the description below if you didn't understand what I just said, because I probably said them all incorrectly. I apologize for that. Now, they are very addictive drugs if consumed on a regular basis. Now, the type of side effects you can get from this is memory loss, confusion, low mood, and insomnia. So, in all fairness, it's just don't take prescription-only drugs. Like, I don't even understand why we're having this conversation. Oh, do you want to buy prescription-only drugs? Yeah. I mean, again, if you're addicted to it, it's different, I understand. And I do hope that this is a situation that we can fix very, 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 very quickly. The Irish government has agreed to hold a referendum at the end of May on whether to reform the country's near-total ban on abortion. Now, if you didn't know, Ireland don't let you do any abortion unless the woman is at a risk. Now, a life risk, basically, like, she could potentially die. Now, this doesn't include things like rape, incest, or fatal or photo abnormality. Bloody hell, that word. But this is something that everybody's been fighting for heavily in Ireland, in terms of being able to have an abortion if they feel like they don't need it. Now, abortion is a very sensitive subject, something I don't want to personally go so much into in terms of what's right and what's wrong. I believe anyone's up to do whatever they want. Is their bodies and, is their relationship with the significant other, whether that's a boyfriend, girlfriend, marriage, or whether that's a one-night stand. You are totally obliged to do what you both want and what you both believe, and I think they should be allowed to have that choice. I don't agree with fully banning abortions. However, I do believe they should be able to have their own choice. And that's basically all I'm going to say about that. And to end the news right there, I'm going to come back and say this. Red Devils till we die, baby. Man United, holla at your boy. We out here. And I'm going to catch you in a couple of seconds to talk some sports. Peace. Hope you guys enjoyed the news. Do comment in the section below what you think about the news and what you want to talk about. Just remember that we do try to mention important news here at Chat and Chill to keep you guys informed, as well as some of the fun stuff as well. But, at the end of the day, we want to educate our minds. But anyways, let's get into the sport. And we got transfers. Remember, like I said, for the whole of this month, It's transfer windows concentrated only. So I do apologize if I haven't spoken about anything that's going on in tennis, basketball, netball. I know I haven't. There's a reason for it. It's transfer rumor sessions. And let's get straight into Daniel Sturridge has joined West Brom on loan for the end of the season. Remember yesterday I did talk about Daniel Sturridge potentially moving to West Brom due to family reasons. A lot of speculation around that. He doesn't really want to move far away. Inter Milan and Sevilla did show huge interest. Inter Milan possibly was looking at purchasing him on a permanent deal rather than a loan. But West Brom has beaten the likes of Newcastle as well to the signature of Daniel Sturridge to the end of the season. Do you think that's a great move for Daniel Sturridge? You know, with the World Cup looming at the end of this summer, when the summer arrives, I believe Daniel Sturridge wants to be playing frequently enough football to get into that team. Watford has signed Gerard Deulofeu on loan from Barcelona, another former top player, should I say, or soon-to-be top player. He was just a former good player anyways, but Barcelona's kind of slowed down his development a little bit. At 23 years old, he needs to be playing frequent football right now, and very consistently as well. So Watford needing goals, I would have seen him a bit more striker, but Deulofeu is a great winger, trickery. He was likened to a lot of top players when in his young prime, but hey, so was Anderson, and look where he turned out. Let's look up Badou Ndeye, who is set for a Stoke after 50 million fee agreed with Galatasaray. Stoke making his move, Paul Lambert putting a stamp on the team, making his sign. He did say he was going to make a couple of signs. To be fair, he's doing just that. He's signed another player recently, a more defensive. I think it was a left back player, and now he's going to sign a midfielder. Potentially, I think now they need a striker just to get more goals in the team. But Ndeye looks like a good signing, man. He's strong, tall, does his thing in the midfield. Hey, what can you talk about? Maybe like a Yaya Toure type, if you want to compare him to someone. No, it's good though. Arsenal agrees 60 million fee with Borussia Dortmund for Aubameyang. There's been a lot of speculation surrounding Aubameyang and his future. Potential Real Madrid might swing in there for a last gasp move for Aubameyang. That doesn't seem to have materialised at any time during this transfer window. Probably just all speculation at this point. Now, Arsenal are trying to make this move. Looks like Henrik Mkhitaryan and Aubameyang will link up again at Arsenal. And potentially that can put a stamp on Ozil's move to Manchester United. Maybe Ozil can now come and join Sanchez at Manchester United and build a team there. I do hope that happens. And also in news, Lucas Moura is in London to finalise his move with Tottenham Hotspur. He's been strongly linked with Tottenham over this transfer window, as well as Manchester United early on before they signed Sanchez. And it looks like he's probably going to go to Tottenham Hotspur and fulfill his move there. In regards to Johnny Evans, still no bid from Arsenal. Johnny Evans is still waiting in the wings. West Brom is still waiting to see if they're going to make a move as well. But with Daniel Sturridge coming in, that's going to give Johnny Evans some more optimism that West Brom may be the right team for him to stay with, and they can progress forward and further up the table. But anyway, that's enough for the news for today. I will see you guys back here tomorrow. We're getting it on. We're doing it big. Red Devil till I die. And I'll see you here tomorrow.